Yep. Yeah, I know. Well, here's the thing. I'm sorry. I got as much as I could, done. It started raining yesterday. All these fucking tree little bushel things are everywhere. There's a fucking tornado in Texas. So I had to stop. But, before I stopped, I got pretty far. Valve covers are on, intake's on. We're gonna go ahead and get the fuel rail back on. And then I gotta get this fucking crank bolt off still. So I'm gonna get under there, block off the transmission with fucking flathead or something. Come back over here and get that off. It's not on there tight, it's just I don't want it spinning backwards whenever I don't think it's gonna fuck anything up. I think it's just that I know it's at TDC right now. I can always find TDC again. Man, we're just running shit, who cares? We gotta go in here and get all these fucking spark plugs out. Cause oh wait, there's one in here. Yeah, no, I don't know. There are spark plugs in here. No. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get them out. Just so it's easier to turn the engine over. Nah, I don't really care. I'm gonna do some research, make sure that spinning that back's not gonna fuck anything up too bad. And then we're gonna go grab the fuel rail. Check the injectors, make sure they're not fucked up. Also, probably gonna get new spark plug. That's why I'm gonna take them out. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, I just ate some fucking tacos, man. And oh fuck, probably work on getting the coil packs. I don't know. We still got to get the water pump on. We still got to flush the damn coolant out. But I was gonna put the water pump on, and then radiator hoses, and then yeah, that's when I was gonna fucking flush that coolant out, because I want to put new coolant in. I'm gonna take off this reservoir and get it cleaned up as well. I don't know, just little shit before I actually go get it fired up. Cause goddamn, I know I'm gonna have to turn it over a few times, but it's all oiled. There's oil everywhere. We did the little pressurization, priming the oil pump and shit. This little Allen key head and this little sensor spot right here with that little contraption there. Yeah. It's just been a long, grueling process. I'm just playing. It really wasn't that bad. I probably could have had it done if I would have just said fuck it and ran my stock ones like I should have in the beginning. Cause I could have had it back together and shit if I wasn't waiting for parts. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy. It was a pain in the ass, but it wasn't bad. Everybody made it seem like it was gonna be fucking bad. Nah, but that fucking oil pan was fucking terrible. There is no room to get that motherfucker from at this bar and this fucking thing right here. I'm just glad my shit was kind of already beat up, so so it was already kind of dented in a perfect area. But which is crazy because I don't know. I'm glad I found that motor mount though. when I lifted the fucking engine, this motor mount was fucking just jangling. I'm like, dude, I didn't even realize. Like, dang, dude, that thing was like destroyed. Like, you see that right there? The crack in between those looking things. Focus. Yeah, right there. Yeah. It's like, yeah, it just hangs there. It's just sitting there. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna get this shit started. I'm enough. I'm enough. Yeah, I'm enough. I know I've just been yapping, so I'm gonna get to work. Got the fuel row. Just cleaning it up a bit. I mean, they're not like fucking perfect. I might as well get new inductors, but that is a brand new inductor actually. But if it'll focus a little bit. You see that gunk? I just don't want to go back in there like that. I could have sworn I already had it cleaned up. Obviously I forgot something. See guys, it's coming together. Got that beautiful fuel rail in here. We're getting some stuff marked up, lined back up. I'm getting these wires laid down where they need to be. Finding what hoses need to be, you know, reconnected where. Still trying to get the crank bolt off. I just haven't found the fucking, what is it? The nerve to crawl under here yet. I gotta move that fucking oil pan, lay down another piece of cardboard because this ground is not favorable. This sticky ass sand. Oh, what the fuck? That was weird. That was pretty cool. But the sticky ass sand shit ain't it, dog. I don't want to get sand on me or anything else. I know it sounds babyish, but it just rained, man. Like, holy fuck. It is not fun getting dirty from mud that, I don't know, can't explain it. Man, is that normal? That don't look normal. There's supposed to be a gap. Yeah, maybe. It ain't supposed to be squished all the way tight, right? Because there's a torque spec and I don't know, man. That makes me question a lot of things. Huh. I guess we're gonna have to fucking find out. I mean, I guess it makes sense, you know? There's a thick ass piece of rubber that goes in between there, so you don't want to torque them down over torque them, you know, like fuck up the plastic. I went to 105 inch-pounds. That's what it said, and that's what I did. That's how much it sunk in. I don't know. Let's get this grassy shit out of here. I'm just being picky now. But, yep, fuel rolls in. We're gonna work on getting that fucking compressor up. With these 3 bolts right here. And then once that's up, get that crank bolt off. Cause I'm gonna go under there. I'm gonna be under there, so I'm gonna jam something in the little teeth in the transmission. Hopefully I can just take it off. Well, catch you on the flip. Guys, we're back. We got compressor back up, power steering pump back up, alternator in and connected. This tube, pickup tube, or dipstick tube, it's got that 10 mil on it. Really, all I need to do is torque this bolt because it's already seated. Yeah, there's a lot of bloopers that I'm not cutting out. I really don't care. You guys are getting the raw footage of this. We're just gonna combine all these recent videos that I mean, there's gonna be a little bit of editing, but 1 second, guys. There's gonna be a little bit of editing, look, hold on. Yeah, it's tight. But I've got to crank it, torque it, and then just laid it in the fuel pan. How great. Hopefully the camera's still not dirty. Oh, it's dirty now. Hold on. Focus. Okay. Still got these lines that are pretty simple. All those line up with, you know, the corresponding injectors and then coil packs. This is for water sensor. This is for the fan, I believe, and one of these for the air temp sensor, but I think the air temp sensor is on this side. Let's see. We just gotta find it. Yeah, that should be the air temp sense. Air temp. Tongue twister. Air temp sense. And we still gotta fucking wire in these goddamn fog lights. I'm so pissed. When it snowed and I had to drive the Azel fucking every day, it literally, a whole bunch of snow got fucking piled up in my bumper and shit, and literally shredded my fucking harness for the lights, my lower fog lights. So I gotta kind of figure out how that wiring shit works for them. Maybe I can pull out a harness and it'll, like, you know, reconnect somewhere. But this harness does not look like it disconnects for anything, because this right here is like airbag sensors and shit. Horn. That's definitely an impact sensor of some sort. Yeah. And what's crazy is, when I got in a wreck, this whole, I guess it's called a tie bar, and it's one full unit. Like, it goes across here, up here, all the way across. So I'd have to unbolt all this little small, like, electrical accessories and shit, pull out the headlight, get a new headlight, and these are side marker lights right here. But literally you have to fucking take this whole front thing off, which I'm not gonna do that. What we're gonna do here is, first it was being held with the zip tie, with that hole right there and that hole right there. I have a plastic welder and probably some other shit that we can possibly use. But that's what we're gonna do. Since it's only this broken and this right here, that doesn't want to necessarily slide back up into place anymore. I mean, maybe I can put a grommet on the end of that thing and it'll fucking suck it in. But then again, we still gotta do fab work on this fucking fender. Because literally when a truck hit my car, it went boom across the bumper, tore the bumper off, had to repair the bumper, and then, nice, my ride's here. We're gonna go get a torque wrench so we can fucking torque that fucker down, get it seated, get the water pump on, get this belt on. We're not gonna connect the injectors or anything yet, or the pulley, I mean the belt. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get, because I'm not gonna turn it over with it firing up, because it's gonna overheat and I don't have coolant in it yet. But we're gonna go ahead and turn it over, make sure it turns over with like the power of the starter, you know, like reconnect the battery and everything. It's gonna throw a bunch of codes because nothing's connected, but we'll get it done. Plus, I think I gotta change the grommet on this. It's pretty old. I should have changed the grommet on the one that's in here. But if it leaks, I will just back off that bolt back here that's on this ground right here, which is basically that bracket that connects to this tube that runs under the manifold. And it's pretty loose, like you can move it back and forth, so I'll be able to pop it off once I loosen that back thing. And then we'll just throw another fucking grommet on there. We'll throw a grommet on this one too, because I feel like it's gonna be all gross. And let's see how it looks actually. Yeah, look at that shit. Hold on, focus. Look at that. Splitting, everything. We're gonna find another grommet right quick. Gotta torque down my fucking crank bolt. And put the coil packs in, but not connect the wires yet. I really hope nothing fell in the spark plug holes, because now all my heat shield bolts are fucking on the ground. Didn't really plan on putting them hose back in there anyway. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yep, pretty much everything's back together. Just gotta crank this motherfucker down, torque it down, and then I'm throwing the water pump on and filling it with coolant. It should be about ready to fire up, but I actually gotta fucking get the MDS delete, or the MDS shit turned off on the ECU first, and then I can do a first startup, but then after the first startup I have to go get it tuned, because I can't run it without a tune. Yeah. Alright. More progress. Alternator. All the accessories are pretty much up. Let's start routing the wires. But we're not gonna fire it up yet. I kind of want to turn it over a few times before, yeah, just to be sure that everything's pumping right. Like oil wise, I don't want to have any belts, anything driven, no spark plugs, nothing. I don't want anything to start up. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to disconnect the fuel probably, and just have the starter running. So I just want to turn it over a little bit. So yeah, we have this water pump almost pretty much installed, and then we're gonna flush the cooling system, and then we should be about ready for the MDS deactivation. And then I think after we disconnect, or not disconnect, but get the MDS disabled, we're gonna go ahead and try to do a first startup, just to make sure everything's like gonna start, even if it doesn't run under its own idle. God damn it. But that's whenever we need to take it to the tuner, and we'll be done. We don't work until the late at night hours to get this done. Water pump's on, torqued. Belt tensioner on, torqued. Coil packs in. Spark plugs are in. We're not going to connect any of the wires yet, mainly because we're going to turn over the engine a few times just to get the oil pump, you know, pumping oil. But yeah, that's about it. Then we got to get the MDS tune, get that turned off. Maybe we can try to fire it up for the first time. But of course, before all that, we gotta get this freaking radiator and fan back on. Also gonna do a coolant flush. But yeah. Alright, gang. We're back out, yo. Almost everything's installed. We got the radiator mocked up. Gonna go ahead and reattach the fucking condenser to the radiator because we don't want it just hanging here anymore. It's fucking stupid. Get it at least back up here. And you know, screwed in where it needs to be screwed in. And I think we'll be set on the condenser being in place, radiator being in place. I want to turn it over a few more times before we actually connect spark plugs, injectors, and all that. Because I don't want to start it without having the freaking MDS system turned off. And I think that's a smart plan. Like, it makes sense to not do that. Because then the phaser's not gonna know that it ain't got no MDS. The solenoid's not gonna know it's not gonna have no MDS. So it's gonna try to run some MDS bullshit and then be like, all right, we're retarded. You know, we don't got those parts. I don't know. Just the less fault codes in the computer, the best. So we might as well turn off those faults before they, What are you barking at? I need that fucking tree cut down, man. In my yard mode. Goddamn. Well, guess that's what I can start working on. Mocking everything up, making everything's good. Then we're gonna fill this motherfucker with coolant. Check the oil, make sure it's got a decent amount of oil in it. It don't look like she's leaking down here anywhere. So I'm really happy on our gasket sealing. But, you know, in all reality, it hasn't really started yet, so there ain't much pressure. So, yep. We're just here. Gonna do this radio. You already know how it is, guys. Probably gonna catch y'all on the flip. So I can go ahead and analyze what else I need to be doing. So I ain't fucking nothing up. Wish I had like a buddy on speed dial with a goddamn, not Pro Tools, fucking, what is that shit? It's a fucking tuner software. Can't think of the name right now. Nigga, I said Pro Tools. I'm gonna go ahead and get all this other shit put together. So y'all know what that means. Catch you on the flip. Yep. Radiator's in. The fan's in. Still gotta figure out how to wire and fucking fog lights. But went ahead and ghetto fucking plastic welded this shit together. Nah, that was broken from my wreck. So if you can't see that shit, the damn sun's in the way. Ain't the best in the world, but hey man, that shit's solid, dog. Even fixed the headlight mount. That shit ain't going nowhere. Last thing we gotta do is fill it with coolant. Alright guys, we're back. I'm pretty much done. Only thing we haven't connected are coil packs and spark plugs, coil packs and freaking fuel injectors. But we're gonna save that for the MDS delete or the MDS turn off. Tune, whatever. Who cares? But yeah. got some coolant in it. Been turning her over just a little bit, see if we can get it pumped to where it needs to be before, you know, initial startup. Obviously, it's not going to get up to temp, but just trying to do some preventative maintenance, you know. Make sure nothing's fucking leaking, really. But yeah. So all we need to do next is the MDS Elite tune. And then she's gonna be fired up. Bro think it's gonna work. I think bro thinks it's gonna work. He's about to go take it to the tuner. Well, hopefully the tuner can come to me, because his uncle supposedly has a towing company. Hopefully it doesn't charge me too much to actually get it towed over there and, you know, get that MDS system off, man. I'm just doing some final touches, really just cleaning up the shit that, you know, that's gonna be looked at. I don't know. I mean, since I was in there, might as well have fucking cleaned it up. But yeah, guys, we're pretty much there. I'm just gonna fill this up with some water. There's already fucking half and half like coolant in it, and it went down to about the bottom of the reservoir, so I'm sure all that shit, you know, pushed past somewhere. Hopefully not the ground. It's not coolant. That was from me cleaning that airbox. But yeah. Hopefully it ain't leaking nowhere. Don't know if y'all can see that. I'm not trying to get on the ground right now. But yeah. Bro, I'm just so excited. And this dude's excited too. He's been hanging around ever since the Bills been going back together, you know? So yeah. Wait a minute. Huh. There's more. They're all ready to see this motherfucker start up. Everybody's waiting. Or waiting to hear something back from it at least. I'm gonna let y'all know, man. I'm definitely gonna record while I'm up there. So, guess I'm gonna catch y'all when I'm there. Yeah. See you later, dude. Oh, that was stupid. Hold on. I can't get y'all to go away. Tuner's being kind of iffy. He closed at 5. It's already like 3 o'clock. I'm probably gonna make a trip to fucking Arlington to go to Summit, grab the freaking Diablo Sport tuner, disable the MDS myself, fire this puppy up, see if it holds under its own idle. You know what I mean? And if not, then we know it needs a tune. It's gonna need a tune. It has a cam. But I'd rather just, I have to disable the MDS before I do a first startup, and I really want to do a first startup. Cause it's gonna start, it's gonna run, it's just not gonna, it might not idle, like, under its own, like, factory tune, just because the cam, it's not an aggressive cam, it just adds a little bit more air, so we might have to adjust, like, fuel and, you know, it's probably some more timing shit, but we ain't gonna worry about that. Because as long as the MDS is off, everything should run smoothly. Yeah. Coolant's topped off. Of course, we're gonna have to run it to make sure it's like actually flowing through the fucking block. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a little sleepy. Waiting on a damn tuna. But I ain't getting no response. But yeah, bro, this engine bay is clean as fuck. Like, okay, there's some dirty hoses, dirty wiring, but overall, it's fucking clean in here. Mainly clean it up real good to know if I'm leaking anywhere. That's always a pro tip. You just did an engine rebuild, top end rebuild, lower end rebuild, oil pan, anything. Shit, even an oil change, my dog. Clean up that oil pan. Clean up that fucking, that plug bowl. Just so you know? Start it up, let it run for a second, see if you got any drips. That's really what my biggest, my next check, I guess. Start it up, make sure nothing's leaking. If it is, address it. And if it's not necessarily a concern because I know my power steering is leaking, like it's been leaking since the beginning of time. I just top it off with fucking power steering fluid. Who cares? Steering fluid. But, well, mainly because I think I need a new rack and pinion, but we ain't gonna worry about that. The health of this engine is more important. Because we just did a full suspension rebuild, like front and back. MDS delete, lifters, cam, well, stage 2 cam. It's coming along. Just gotta wait for the damn tuner. What I'm gonna do is just probably go to Summit and grab the Diablo Sport. I don't want to order it because then it's gonna take a few days. I'm gonna go make the trip to Arlington today to grab it, come back. Disable the MDS and then fire her up, man. It's gonna be a little sketchy, a little scary. But I think she wants to start. When I turn it over, like, without the plugs and everything, it sounds like she wants to start. Like, it's like, come on, what the fuck? Like, the compression is sounding good. Like, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, guys. It's a real, what is it? It's one of the moments where you're just, I don't know. I'm anxious, but at the same time, I just got a good feeling about it. And then, you guys know what I've been through. This whole engine was taken apart down to the fucking, just the block. I mean, I probably should have pulled the block too and flushed it, but you know what? This was supposed to be a budget build. None of the surfaces were freaking machined. I cleaned them all myself, but I didn't take a grinder to it or anything. Kind of just had one of those gasket scrapers. Those with the carbide tip. Hope it didn't fucking fuck it up. I don't think I did. There's oil in it. We've been turning it over. I don't see any noticeable leaks anyway, But yeah, man, almost fucking there. Just gonna wait on my ride and see if they want to go to Arlington with me, or see if I can pay them to take me to Arlington, and then yeah, get the Diablo Sport tuner, disable it, and try to fire her up. Been here so long, I got rust spots on my motherfucking wheels, bro. Or not my wheels, my rotors. You know how it is. We got them Toyo fucking Extensas, baby. With the motherfucking the fucking Toyo fucking proxies. What do we call that? Them Extensa proxy combo, baby. Yeah, nigga, I need rotors, bro. I don't like that at all. I need rotors and pads, because they're down to their fucking wear bars, dude. We're almost damn near. I guess that's the next thing. Is gonna be rotors and pads. I need to put the other set of spacers in on the front end. Give it a little bit more of a stance in the front too. Alright guys, we're back. Everything's plugged in. I can't see shit because it's dark. The flash isn't on. But you know, get everything plugged in. We'll check this oil level. It's looking pretty safe to me. I'm just playing. Let's go ahead and wipe it off and then check. Alright. Can't see shit, but it's safe. Been preparing for this moment for a while. Now it's time. Can't stall anymore. God dang, dude. Where did I put my keys at? Of course. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Thank you. Oh, shoot. Okay. God dang. Let's go ahead and prime the freaking oil pump a few times. Make sure it's activating. And make sure there's no fucking leaks. Let me go check that right quick. Because I can hear them. Make sure the fuel rail isn't leaking anything. No gas, nothing. That's plugged in. That wetness is fucking brake cleaner. What is this back here? Brake cleaner. Yeah, because I did spray off back that way. Okay. Just checking. Just checking. Can't do too much checking. You know what I mean? It's the car's life and death situation. I don't got much fuel in here anyway, but under its own fucking idol. Yes. Just checking everything. It's a Hemi, baby. You knew it's gonna run, bro. Fuck yeah. Damn. Yeah, but it shouldn't be bad. It's probably just shit burning off from the exhaust. Let's check. I need to open up this cooler. Huh? Let's see what else we need to check. Cause they are smoking a lot of bit. Let's see. There's nothing. All the injectors are right. It probably really just needs a fucking tune. Like, I'm just glad it started. We're gonna. What was it smelling like? Do you know? Okay. Just make sure the fucking. It might not even have gas, low key. Come on now. It might need that tune. Yes, sir. Let me just go in here and make sure it ain't leaking nowhere. Fuck, man. Something's really... It's probably the exhaust. Hey, we're gonna lift this up right quick. I'll get back at y'all when I got two hands. Alright guys, we are back in the daylight this time. I know that first start video wasn't very convincing that it's running, but I ran the codes like immediately after, and I had an open circuit on this fucking spark plug here, so I reconnected it, and then I went down, and also my oil either oil pressure or sensor wasn't reading properly, so I went ahead and, you know, made sure those are all connected again. Everything else still needs a tune, but when I start it up, it holds idle a lot longer. And if I'm not gonna feather the pedal past like 15,000 RPM, because that's going to be putting wear and tear on my new cam and lifters, and I don't want to do that until it gets tuned properly. But since the MDS is off, I can do a freaking, you know, I'm able to like start it up and show you guys that it fucking works. Went ahead and, you know, did another oil change, because you can never be too fucking safe. Let me clean some of this off. Put this cardboard down here. We're gonna pull it out. See if I can leak anywhere. I don't necessarily see any. Is that a drip? No. We're looking for drips. And I already know my compressor's leaking, so I know that's gonna be wet anytime I get down here. It's either my compressor or it's the power steering shit coming from up top. But what we're really focused on is this area along the back of the block, or the because when I was cleaning, I sprayed towards the back of the engine, so obviously shit's gonna run down there. And it looked like it was collecting in the very, very corner of the cylinder head, which made me believe, like, fuck, maybe my block and my cylinder heads aren't, like, you know, sealed properly. But I mean, everything's torqued to spec, and then also not everything's been brought up to temp. And metal expands when things get brought up to temp. So like, I feel once I actually get the car running and it is leaking, it may just stop leaking. That's a theory. It's something to tell myself so I don't gotta pull the fucking blocks off again. But so far we don't have any coolant leak, anything like that. I'll go ahead and fire it up for you guys just so y'all know how it sounds and looks in the daylight under idle. It's not gonna stay on for long because stalls and everything are expected, because, you know, AFR ratios aren't stock. Well, the computer's reading stock AFR, or wants to read stock AFR, but the cam is forcing, you know, unstock fucking ratios. So basically, I want to try to get it at the temp so I know I have enough fucking coolant so we can go ahead and undo the little bleed valve. That's right there, if I can focus. So we can go ahead and undo that bleed valve, get all the air out of the fucking system, and then check anything else that needs to be checked out, you know? Because, hey, man, this is pretty much done. I'm just going to go ahead and fire it up for you guys one time, let it sit at idle, and really pay attention to the smoke that's coming out the tailpipe. And then, yeah. And then go under there again and check for leaks. Because, you know, make sure everything's turned on, plugged in. Because I jump up to like 40 or 80 PSI, matter of fact. Right? 82, 83. It should die down after it warms up. But that's idle. It runs decent and idle. But once it starts getting more air or spitting less fuel, or the computer realizes, like, hey, like, something's happening, it starts to kind of bog down. And then it forces, yeah, it does that extra shit. So the tuner's gonna fix that, get it to stay idling. I don't want to feather the pedal or, like, you know, mash on the gas, bring it over like 2,000 or 15,000 RPM, because that's putting extra wear and everything on my system, my valve train. I don't think it's leaking. Matter of fact, in my heart, I don't think it's leaking. It could be leaking, but, you know, if you don't see it, it's not happening. As long as it's starting up, bro, we can get the tuner to fucking fix everything else. But now, I should really be down here with a flashlight and looking at the back end of that block. I might be able to see from the top. Let's see. Because I'm worried it's leaking. Not right here, because that's old oil. I believe that I sprayed back here from up here from when I was cleaning, and after I spilled some. And so really what we need to be looking at is this. cylinder head, but y'all probably can't even see it. I'm gonna have to get in there with a mirror and a light. Probably just feel it, dude. I don't even know. It is wet back here, though. I don't know if it's a good wet. But I'm not gonna stress too hard on it, because I have to take off this whole block just to replace the gasket and or get it resurfaced. So I'm gonna try to find where the block meets the cylinder head and then see where it's leaking from, basically. Because I can feel it at the top right up here, but that means that was from when I was cleaning it. But also, there's a little bit of wetness on this right here, which I don't think I cleaned every fucking thing. But that looks like new oil. It probably just didn't get wiped off. So yeah. It starts up, it runs. We just need to get it to the tuner. And I'm gonna clean up all this oil. Guys, we're down here checking for leaks. I know that manifold looks wet, it's just because I've been cleaning and spraying shit. But the corner we're really looking at is the one right up there. Let's see if I can get a better angle on it for you guys. Hold on. There's so many shits in the ways. Move this out of the way for you. This corner right here is what we're looking at. Like I said, I think whenever I was cleaning, everything that was running back to the back of the block off of this gasket right here, was just running down, running to the back, running off here, collecting here, and then running around right under here, which made me think my gasket was leaking, but I think it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Until I started again, there's more wetness, but we're not gonna talk about that. Everything is clean, nothing's leaking. I didn't have any drips on this cardboard overnight, and we just pretty much sprayed everything down with some carburetor cleaner, so even if it is leaking, we'll be able to notice it ASAP. Same thing on this side. This side was dry as shit. Really no issues. You know. So we're not leaking. Well, other than the rear main and the power steering. We just need a tune. And then once we get the tune, everything will be ready. This baby beast will be back on the road, terrorizing V6s. Alright. I'm gonna catch y'all. Shit, I don't know. I'm gonna catch y'all when I catch y'all. If it's gonna be a same day type deal, I'll record, but if ain't gonna be same day, then I'll record, you know, dropping it off, and then picking it up, and then, yeah. Need to go to a fucking car wash. She's fucking filthy, mate. Alright. It's gonna be the last clip. Hopefully the next time y'all see it running, it's gonna be running perfectly. On the road, driving.